Hello and welcome back. Today we are tackling a classic tree problem: balance a binary search tree. If you've ever worked with binary trees, you know that they can get messy and lopsided, which ruins their performance. This problem asks us to fix that. We're going to break down exactly how to take a messy tree and turn it into a perfectly balanced one. Let's get started. Here is the goal. We are given the root node of a binary search tree. The problem is that this tree might be completely skewed, like a long line of nodes, which makes searching really slow. Our job is to return a new balanced binary search tree that contains the exact same node values. The definition of balanced here is that for every single node, the depth of its left subtree and its right subtree should not differ by more than 1. Basically, we want it to be as compact and symmetric as possible. Before we solve it, let's clarify what we're aiming for. A binary search tree, or BST, has a specific rule. Every node on the left is smaller, and every node on the right is bigger. An unbalanced tree might look like a straight line if we inserted numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 in order. This is bad because finding a number takes forever. A balanced tree spreads things out so the height is kept to a minimum. We need to keep the sorted property but change the structure. Let's look at an example. Imagine we have a tree that's just a straight line: 1, connected to 2, connected to 3, connected to 4. This is technically a BST, but it's a terrible one. To balance it, we might pick 2 as the root. Then 1 becomes its left child, and 3 becomes its right child. 4 would then attach to 3. Now the depth is much smaller. There can be multiple correct answers, but they all must satisfy the height constraint. Just a quick heads up before we dive in. I'll be explaining the logic and code using Python. However, the concepts apply to any language. If you're looking for the full solution in Java, C++, or JavaScript, I have included those at the very end of the video, so stick around or skip ahead if you need those specific implementations. The first approach is the most intuitive, and is perfect for an interview. It works in 2 main phases. First, we know that if we traverse a BST in order, meaning left, then root, then right, we get the values in perfectly sorted order. So step 1 is to just run through the tree and dump all the values into a list. Once we have a sorted list, building a balanced tree is easy. We just pick the middle element to be the root. This ensures roughly half the nodes are on the left and half are on the right. Then we just repeat that process for the left and right halves. Before we look at the code, let's talk about the real reason people fail at Leetcode. It's not because they can't reverse a linked list, it's because they break their daily streak. I built my daily to-do specifically to solve this. You can set Solve Daily Leetcode as a routine task. This means it reminds you to complete your routine tasks every day. It's a dedicated system to force you to be consistent, which I also use to remind myself to upload these videos every day. If you're watching this channel, you're trying to improve, so this tool makes sure you actually show up to do it. I also want to be 100% transparent about how this app will grow. I am an indie developer, not a big corporation. I will never take away a free feature you already use. Core features like repeating tasks remain free forever. However, as I add new server-heavy features, they will be part of the premium plan to help cover the costs of running the app. Also, the price of premium will go up every time I ship a major new feature, so the best time to get involved is right now while it's early. Check it out at the link in the description. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first, and don't worry, after that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Here is the complete Python code for the first approach. It's clean and readable. We have a helper to get the values, and another helper to rebuild the tree. Take a second to look it over, and then we'll break it down piece by piece. The first piece of the puzzle is extracting the data. We define a helper function called Inorder Traversal. It takes the current node and our list. If the node is empty, we stop. Otherwise, we recursively go left first. After we're done with the left side, we add our current value to the list. Then, we go right. Because this is a binary search tree, visiting left root right guarantees that our in-order list will be sorted from smallest to largest. Now for the rebuilding phase. We have our sorted list, and we want to build a tree from the range defined by start and end. First, we check if start is greater than end. That means we've run out of numbers, so we return nothing. If we have numbers, we calculate the midpoint. This middle number becomes our new root node. Why? Because it sits right in the center, balancing the tree. Then, we recursively call the function for the left side using the numbers before the middle, and for the right side using the numbers after the middle. Finally, we link them up and return the node. Now if you want to be really fancy, there's a second approach called the Day-Stout-Warren algorithm. The previous method used a list to store all the nodes, which takes up extra memory. This approach balances the tree in place without that extra list. It works in two phases. First, it turns the entire tree into a vine or backbone, which is basically just a straight line of right children. Then, it performs a series of rotations to compress that line back into a perfectly balanced triangle. It's pretty cool, but definitely harder to write during a stressful interview. Let's briefly look at how we create that backbone. We use a dummy node called vinehead to anchor our tree. Then we loop through. Anytime we see a node that has a left child, we perform a right rotate. This moves the left child up and the current node down. We keep doing this until there are no left children anywhere in the tree. The result is a tree that looks like a straight line leaning to the right. Here is the main logic for the Day-Stout-Warren approach. After creating the backbone in step 1, we count the nodes in step 2. In step 3, we use some math to figure out how many rotations we need to make the tree balanced. We calculate a value m, which helps us determine the size of the perfect subtree we can form. We then perform left rotations in rounds, halving m each time, until the tree is fully compressed and balanced. And here are the helpers that make it work. The right rotate and left rotate functions are the standard tree rotation operations. They swap links to move nodes up or down while keeping the sort order correct. The make rotations function just applies these left rotations a specific number of times to compress our vine into a tree. So how do these compare? Both approaches visit every node, so the time complexity for both is big O of n. However, the space complexity is where they differ. The first approach, the recursive one, uses big O of n space because we build that list of values. The second approach, the DSW algorithm, uses big O of 1 or constant extra space because we rearrange the pointers in place. That said, the recursive stack in approach 1 and the recursion depth in general still uses memory, but strictly speaking, DSW is more memory efficient. Alright, that covers the deep dive in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I'll be using the first approach, the recursive list method, since that's the standard expected answer for interviews. You can just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. It follows the same logic. Traverse to get the list, then rebuild recursively. Pause here if you need to study the syntax. Next up, here is the C++ version of the solution. We use a vector to store the values and standard pointers for the tree nodes. Feel free to pause and review. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. It uses a simple array and helper functions within the main function scope. Hopefully, seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts. So let's wrap it up. We learned that the easiest way to balance a BST is to simply crush it down into a sorted list and rebuild it from scratch, picking the middle element every time. This is a classic divide and conquer strategy. We also saw that if memory is super tight, you can use rotations to do it in place, though it's much trickier to code. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems, so if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click. Maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding and I'll catch you in the next one.